Hey guys, the next figure that we're gonna look at in the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four Retro Wave is the Invisible Woman Sue Storm. I just love the packaging artwork. It's really nostalgic of the 90s Toy Biz action figure line. And over here we see the figure packaged on the plastic bubble. She comes with 2 interchangeable fists as well as her invisible shield effect. Moving on to the back of the card. On this artwork, she's using that invisible shield, and over here some instructions on how you can use that shield as well as swap her hands out, description of the character as well as the other figures in the wave, and finally we see the product information in different languages at the bottom. So let's go ahead and get her open. For retro style figures, I simply slice the bubble off so that I have easy storage of the card back. First up, she comes with her invisible shield effect, and this is cast in a transparent plastic. It is exactly the same part that came with the Invisible Woman in the Super Skrull wave. The shield effect plugs into her splayed right hand. It fits on snugly and she can hold it just fine. She also comes with 2 fists that are cast in a white plastic. These fists are articulated inwards as well as outwards. You can easily pop those fists on so you can have her clenching her hands. Now onto her overall sculpt. Her body is the standard Marvel Legends female adult body with just a single hinged elbows. So that's my first disappointment with this figure, because we've seen the improved body sculpt over here of Shriek with the pinless double jointed elbows as well as the pinless double jointed knees. So there is absolutely no reason why Sue Storm couldn't have been on this new body instead. And now we come to the elephant in the room, which is her head sculpt. I do not like it. Her hairstyle is fine. It's quite voluminous and it's a good throwback to the retro hairstyles. I like the texture as well as the sculpting in it, and there is a subtle black wash just to bring out all that sculpting. So this hair sculpt is old school and I am completely fine with it. But on to the sculpt of her face. It is terrible. Her jawline is simply too strong and makes all the rest of the details and sculpting on her face look really soft in comparison. Her eyes are painted kind of squinty, and it also doesn't help that the paint applications for her eyes are kind of slanted towards the left. She's got a strange expression for her mouth as well. The shade of red for her lipstick is fine, but it's also painted kind of canted towards the right, so the edge of her mouth on her left side remains unpainted. So overall, this is terrible work from Hasbro. We've already seen this head sculpt on the prototype that Hasbro showed off a couple of months ago. I didn't like it then, and there were probably a lot of fans out there who didn't like it as well. And those fears have been confirmed right now with the product in hand. Hasbro is not known to change their product based on fan feedback, so this is something that they should definitely look into. They should have ways to incorporate changes into the production process so that we end up having better action figures based on fans' feedback. And what annoys me the most is that she looks nothing like the artwork on the packaging, and even the line work in the instructions for the action figure looks way better. So over here, Hasbro definitely dropped the ball in terms of execution and production. Now onto the sculpt and the paint on the rest of the body, and this is probably the most redeeming feature of this figure, is her clean, simple, classic outfit. The white on her torso is very cleanly applied from the front all the way to the back, so there are no complaints over here. The Fantastic Four logo on her chest is distinct and sharp. There's a bit of scuff over here at the bottom of the 4 on my copy. The white paint is also sharp and clean on her waist. Her lower arms are cast in white plastic. The blue paint for the top of the lower arms near the elbow is also clean and matches the blue plastic on the rest of her arm. And down to her legs, we see the same on her lower legs. That blue paint is also really clean all the way around and matches the blue plastic on the rest of the figure. Her head is on a ball joint, but because of the sculpt of her hair, there's not much you can swing right as well as left. There's a little bit of tilt right as well as left, and with that hinge you can also get her to look down pretty well, but not much ways up. In fact, minimal range because of the interference of the hair sculpt. There's a swivel hinge at the shoulders, so it goes all the way around and comes out that far. There's also a swivel hinge at the elbow, so you can spin her lower arm around as well as bend it just about 90 degrees. Swivel hinge at her wrist that goes all the way around and articulates in as well as out. She's got a ball joint at her torso, so she can tilt sideways to the right as well as left. You can also swing her right as well as left. It's a little tight. And she also has some range bending forward as well as backward. She's got ball joints at the hips that go out just that much, as well as swinging forward and backward. She's got a thigh swivel, so you can swing her leg outwards as well as inwards. Double hinged at the knees, so that's good amount of range. She's got hinged ankles, so she can tilt her ankles upwards as well as downwards. And finally, we have ankle pivot outwards as well as inwards. So there's actually nothing really exciting or surprising about the articulation or the accessories on this action figure. And since the new head sculpt is so terrible, I'm gonna try a couple of head swaps and see how they look like on her body. I do quite like the Emma Frost head sculpt on this classic Fantastic Four body. That blue lipstick kind of even matches that blue on her outfit. And of course, that head sculpt from the Super Skrull Wave Invisible Woman definitely works on this body as well. In fact, this is my preferred head sculpt, and I think I'll be keeping this one on this classic body. The Invisible Woman stands at about just under 6¼ inches tall. And that's just slightly over 15.5 centimeters. Here she is with the rest of the team, with Silver Surfer and Doctor Doom, with She-Hulk and Psycho Man, Spider-Man and Iron Man, some G.I. Joe Classified series, and some Star Wars Black series. There's no other way to put it, Hasbro has screwed this one up. She's light on accessories and doesn't use the new improved body. Her head sculpt is poorly designed and terribly executed in production. This is not how we know Sue Storm at all from the comics. Hasbro has definitely made this figure the worst of the wave for me, and I've not even looked at the other figures yet. The saving grace is the nostalgic outfit that is clean, simple, and iconic. In fact, the outfit should be the only reason that you'll have to pick this up. Please like and share this video, let me know what you think in the comments below, and subscribe to my channel for more toy reviews. Thanks for watching, take care, and stay safe.